Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's that real boy RJ here, and social media wise, this summer has been insane. All the way up until this moment, July 6th, there's been so much stuff going on. Um, so Jidion actually just came to my town. He went to Woodhaven, which is literally like a 5-minute walk from me, pretty much. So I thought that was pretty cool. Him and Skeeter Jean, Lil Cumtism was there. Literally, there was like 20 of my friends on the live stream. It was hilarious. But so I wake up this morning and I see that Jidion posted a new video. Oh, by the way, in that video where they all got arrested, excuse me, my friend was actually the one that had the camera on him. It was pretty funny. We were just at a party. We were just talking about it, catching up. It was hilarious. I haven't seen him in forever. It was pretty funny. Literally everyone there was like, "Oh, dude, didn't you get arrested with Jidion?" and blah blah blah. And I'm like, "Dude, you're never gonna catch a break." But yeah. So I wake up today, and I see that Jidion posted this new video that says, that says, "I quit." And at first, I don't know if he means like with all of the, like the court dates and all that, or like the, I don't know if he means with like the court dates. I'm not too sure if he means with like the whole case in general or YouTube. So, I mean, the other day, I mean, Adrian Harding just quit too, and I was like, oh, damn, like it's pretty sad. I was looking at his TikTok and like his YouTube about it. He doesn't really have anything on his YouTube about it. It's more about the TikTok. All of his fans were like, "Oh, please don't quit. Like you were my childhood and blah blah blah." And I was like, "Well, damn. Like, a lot of his followers were like, it just sucks to see him go." I mean, like I feel the same way. Like absolutely loved watching the Adrian Harding. You know what I mean? I haven't. Yeah, don't get me wrong. I haven't watched him in a minute, but I loved watching him back when I was like everyone that was doing pranks. This was like my top 4 that I remember that I always watched. It was Balin Levine, it was Jidion, it was Fred Beyer, and then it was Adrian Harding. I kind of came across Adrian Harding a little bit later, but my top 3 that I mainly watched were Fred Beyer, Adrian Harding, and Jidion. Like, yeah, Balin Levine would be in there in a couple times, but I think my sister mainly put me onto him. But other than that, I mean, they're all great YouTubers, great content creators, very good people. But it's just crazy to see like some of them are just falling out of, the content game, like dude, I remember I was just talking to Springy. I was just on the phone with him earlier. I was literally just telling him about how I remember when Tfue dropped the video as I was live streaming about how he's quitting, and I was just like, there's no way. And I'm just like on stream just watching it happen, like watching the whole video unravel and blah blah blah. But yeah, so literally on YouTube, Jidion posted a video that says I'm quitting. Well, I quit. Let's just see what it's about. I'm not too sure what it's gonna be about. Let's find out together, guys.
Yo, what's good, y'all, man? So, this is genuinely gonna be my last video ever like this. I'm never gonna make a video like this
Okay, well, he says like this, so does that mean like, is he doing like a breakdown video? Not like him breaking down, but like, I don't even know.
again. But obviously, you guys know what's all going on. You guys saw me getting arrested. You guys saw Cold Blues video and everything. And I did a reaction to it, kind of like, oh no, this wasn't right. This is how it happened. Da 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 da. But genuinely, during the last few weeks, I've done a lot of just like inward reflection, and I've been talking to my fiance a lot, and I just kind of came to realize, what I was doing wrong, and I also came to realize that truly your boy was spiraling. I was genuinely losing the plot. And I have to say, like, genuinely, I feel like a hypocrite, because just a couple videos ago, I was saying how what Alex was doing was a distraction from the bigger mission. And then I come along doing what I was doing, And if anything, it was an even bigger distraction from the mission. You know what I mean? Now I had to pay 6+ figures for my lawyer fees, and then my fans' lawyer
Jeez.
fees and everything. And
Yeah.
that money could have been used for the betterment of society, but now it's being used in the legal system. You know what I mean? And it's just completely unnecessary, and it's completely my fault. And while I still don't think I committed a crime, I still do think that, genuinely, I was just being not only just an ass, but annoying. And I've come to realize that, genuinely, streaming makes me the worst me. Thinking back on it, every quote unquote controversy, not even quote unquote, every controversy and everything that I've ever got into, anytime I trended on Twitter for something negative, it's always been for some shaming clip. Like the first one that comes to mind is the Pokemon situation. Then the second one that comes to mind is
I forgot
the
about
Logan
that.
Paul thing. And then
I don't remember the Logan
besides
Paul
all
thing.
that, like, bro, I've been in countless beefs, and a majority, I would say probably like 85% of those beefs have come from streaming, And I think what it is genuinely is, I don't think it's a good thing to just look at a chat for hours on end, and you're just like in real time getting opinions of people. And then, I know probably some of my other streamers can attest to this. You see somebody in the chat say boring or L stream or something like that, and then it flips a switch in you where you want to be more entertaining, and you want to, pump up the levels and everything, and you want to entertain. And I think the reason why I gravitated so much to streaming is because I think I'm just like a instant gratification person, and there is no better instant gratification than you streaming. Because when you make a video, you don't get that instant gratification. You can know you made a fire video, kind of like my going to the most racist town in America video. Like, I know that was a fire video, but it took like a month plus to get it edited and perfect. And then when I posted it, it didn't pop off at first. It was actually a 10 out of 10. And then over time, it grew and grew and grew, and it did what I thought it was going to do. But it wasn't instant gratification. Whereas when you stream,
Honestly, that's like how it is with my videos sometimes. Like, it takes a minute to get up there, but regardless of what happens, I'm still thankful for all of the people that watch it. I'm very thankful for all of you guys for watching it. And I appreciate the likes. Also, I will cover the race between me and Springy at the end of this video, by the way.
you can have streams where right out the gate you have, thousands, tens of thousands, or even hundreds of thousands of people watching you then and there, and then people are clipping you like right away and stuff like that, and you get that instant gratification. But I'm realizing that's not good for me. You know what I mean? I'm not saying it's bad for everybody, because you got people like Queso and Jinxie and a bunch of other streamers who can stream and not, causing controversies and just keep it entertaining. But, genuinely, I'm not that guy, pal. I'm gonna be real. And so, like, I'm not on here, apologizing or anything, because I don't owe you guys an apology. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't affect any of y'all. But I do want to say that I see where I was wrong 1,000%. And
I mean, that's good. That's good. Like, he's manning up, and he's taking responsibility for whatever may have been done wrong. And, he's reflecting on that. And that's good. It takes a man to admit that.
To the people I do owe an apology to, I've given them to them, to the boys who got arrested. They're all 18 plus, by the way.
Yeah, they all just graduated too. It's hilarious. As soon as they graduated, they literally got arrested with Jidion. It was hilarious. I remember the morning that it happened. I was asleep. I wasn't. Yeah, no. I was asleep. My brother comes in my room. He's like, dude, blah blah blah, and blah blah blah, just got arrested with Jidion. I was like, wait, what? Let me see. And he shows me the picture of them two in court right next to Jidion, and they're both matching. And I was laughing my ass off, dude. Literally, first thing I wake up, that's the first thing I hear about. You know what I'm saying? And it's like funny because it's unexpected. It was just randomly in the morning. You know what I mean? It's just hilarious.
A lot of people were saying that they were minors. They're all 18 plus, but still,
they are all 18 plus.
I put them in that situation, and they didn't have to be. And at the end of the day, I shouldn't have ever been there. with my values as a Christian, I haven't been moving like that, man. And I've been falling back to my old self. And I've seen some of you guys in the comment section
Wow.
like calling it out, like, Jidion, you're going back to your old self. You know what I mean? Da da da. Like dibbling, dabbling in pranks and stuff like that. And even though Joe wasn't doing a good thing by squatting at his mom's house and stuff like that, at the end of the day, who am I to just troll and stuff? I have so many other better things I should be doing. Like that time and money I spent getting that stream set up could have been for a bunch of catches. You know what I mean? Getting bad people off the streets. And so what I'm here to just pretty much say is the shenanigans are stopping. The shenanigans are over.
Okay.
And genuinely, like, this was a very humbling experience that I really needed. And I genuinely think if this didn't happen, it just would have continued. You know what I mean? And who...
Like, things happen for a good reason, even if regardless, however they affect you, it's the part that humbles you, and you realize that, like, I'm glad that this happened to me because it opened my eyes of what I was doing wrong and what was wrongdoing, whether it was me or not. Whatever negativity was in the air that I was involved with is now away and out of my life, And it's good that people can really realize that because they can put it to good use for not only themselves, but the people around them. And that's why they call it a humbling experience, because you don't know that it's going to happen until it actually affects you.
Who knows? It could have been something worse. It could have been something horrible that I could never come back from. You know what I mean? So I'm just blessed that God let it be something like this, that I put myself in a situation like this to where I can actually rebound and do better. And you know what? You genuinely, to the Woodhaven Police Department, I see where you guys are coming from, Like, bro, you're a small town and you got this YouTuber having fans coming all over the place and stuff like that. You guys have never probably had anything like that happen in your town before.
Sure, nope.
And, quiet towns like to stay quiet. And, to Officer Mitchell, I called you out of your name multiple times. You feel me? Like, if I was a cop, I would arrest somebody too if I was getting called out of my name like that. So, genuinely, I feel like there's a lot of blame to go around. And I feel like a lot of the blame has to be pointed right back at me. It has to be directed at me, and it rightfully so, man. Bro, I'm getting spammed up with I'm a multimillionaire, and genuinely, like, bro, keep it coming. Genuinely, it doesn't bother me like that because it humbled me. The whole situation humbled me, and I'm just, the reason why I titled it is because I'm never gonna stream again. Genuinely, I love streaming, but it's just too much bad comes with it, and I don't know how to control myself. And so the best way to control myself is to distance myself. And so,
okay, so like I said, like I figured at the start of this video, he probably wasn't necessarily quitting entirely. He was just probably quitting the situation. Quitting shenanigans is what he called it.
I just can't stream anymore, and I won't stream anymore because I actually want to be here for the betterment of society. And what I was doing during that stream
really
wasn't for the betterment of society. Now, police resources are being wasted, and judicial resources are being wasted. And, bro, I've dropped 6+ figures on fighting this legally. You know what I mean? And it's just all just unnecessary garbage. And it was garbage content, too. And the crazy thing is...
okay, so the funny thing about this is actually, like, me and my mom watched that whole entire stream. It was pretty funny.
From 2024 to now, I was making good content, getting actual bad people off the streets. And it's just crazy that I told myself that wasn't enough, And I think it's just, kind of just seeing all my friends, like seeing Canel do his thing with streaming, seeing Kai, seeing people I know like Speed and all of them doing their thing with streaming. And it's like, oh man, I'm like, I want to go back. And it's like, I'm tempting myself. And then I always just like go back
like trying to
the streaming
unrelapse
stuff when really I should have left that alone, because you guys remember the video where I said that I was done bothering society. And bro, look at what I was doing. Just bothering society, being a nuisance. You know what I mean? And I was blessed to find something that wasn't nuisance, you know, actually cleaning up the streets, getting predators off the streets. And instead of just
And that's still a
sticking
really
with
good
that
thing
and
to
doing
do.
that, I got distracted and I got greedy and I wanted to go back into doing, you know, slop content. And, you know, genuinely, I don't think if I went through the situation, I think I would have kept on making the slop content. And genuinely, I think if I would have kept on making this slop content, who knows? I could have affected somebody seriously, like where it would be irreparable and couldn't be fixed. So I quit streaming. I quit nuisance stuff. I quit all that. And I genuinely just want to do good for society. I want to make society better. And that's what I'm going to do. So I just came on here to say that. And one other thing I've also realized is, bro, I'm going to be real, y'all. You know, I don't know, man. It's like I got a temper on me. I really do. And people that watch my streams, you guys see it all the time where it's like I get triggered. You know what I mean? And it's like, bro, the officers were just doing their jobs and I was just getting triggered. And I was acting like a Karen. You know, I had a Karen moment. I feel like we're all due for a Karen moment, but, you know, mine was on camera. And luckily, you know, I feel like we all go through moments like this in life. Not like mine, but we all go through moments like this in life where we're not our best self. But, you know, not everybody has their best self put on camera to millions of people. And genuinely, I wish everybody could have that experience, because when you have that happen, it makes you do reflection. And so, you know what? Weirdly enough, bro, I want to go back to Woodhaven and I want to catch a pred there. I want to actually have a good relationship in that city. If you guys are still calling them or causing them any ruckus or anything, please stop. Do not do that on my behalf. Do not do that at all, man. You know, they're actually out there protecting and serving. And it's a quiet neighborhood, you know what I mean? And I made it not quiet.
Yeah, I was going to say.
And this isn't any PR damage or anything, because, you know, I'm going to be real with you guys. Genuinely, like, the situation didn't affect anything. You know, if I was clout demoning off of it, I would have just been like, oh yeah, like, kind of like what I was doing before, you know, making jokes about it and stuff like that. But now I'm realizing that I don't want to do this. You know, I want to mature. I was maturing, then I let myself regress, and now I want to keep on maturing, and I want to move on from this. And just because I want to move on from it doesn't mean you guys have to move on for it. I really don't care what you guys do, because like I was saying earlier, I realized I have a fragile ego, bro. I have a fragile ego where, like, I let comments and things people say affect me. And so I saw something that Scarlett Johansson said, and it's crazy. Like, she also said that she has a fragile ego. So the way she combats it is she just doesn't read comments about herself. And I realized, like, the last couple of days, I feel like the reason why I got to this point is because I haven't been reading comments. It's because I haven't been looking at videos about me talking about the situation. And it's letting me come to a more clearer view, because I feel like if I was watching that content, you know, you guys see me react to other people talking about me. You know, I get all riled up and stuff like that. And it's like, bro, why am I triggering myself? You know, no one told me to react to these videos and stuff like that or anything, you know? And so, like, when I post this video, I'm not going to read comments or anything. This isn't for any damage control stuff. So you guys can say whatever you want in the comments. I'm not going to read it, because I'm going to be real. I can't handle it. But you know what I can handle? I can handle these preds, and I can handle making a difference in society. And that's what I'm going to keep on doing. And, yeah, so I guess, you know what? I do want to say one thing. I do want to apologize for one thing, and that is,
you got, and look, bro, they're
distractions.
Look, they're actually, like, clowning him for it. Well, at least Skeeter's here. Skeeter. What the fuck? I'm sorry. I don't know why I said that, guys. Oh, wow. Yo, you guys are actually, like... You guys are actually really... You guys are jackasses. What in the world?
I apologize for the flop content, and I apologize for pretty much forgetting about the mission. You know what I mean? This mission is so much more important than that slop content that I was posting. And so, yeah, that's pretty much all I got to say. We're going to be back on the mission. We're going to be posting the preg catches, and we're going to be going forward and doing our thing with a higher velocity and with a higher ferocity. I think that's the word I was looking for. And so I appreciate you guys, man. If you guys have no idea what's going on with this, go check out Cold Blue's video. You guys can see me getting arrested and stuff. That pretty much breaks down the whole thing. But we're on to better things. Well, let me rephrase that. I'm on to better things. I'm on to just doing pretty much the status quo, the usual, catching preds and posting it and then dipping off. And you guys are going to see, like, I'm going to make me, if you guys see me raging in a pred catch or whatever, it's probably a old one, but I'm going to be watching myself even while I'm dealing with police. Like, if a police officer isn't taking our evidence seriously, it's like, bro, being calm, cool, and collected is way better than having a screaming match and stuff like that. And, you know, the Bible says, be harmless as a dove and wise as a serpent. And I haven't been moving like that. But I've been yapping now. I really don't got anything else to say. That's all I got to say, man. So I appreciate you guys. And no more slop content, no more streams. So if you guys have been enjoying the streams, no more, man. It's just going to be straight pred content and nothing else, man. You guys don't need to know about my life. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, I don't know anything about your guys' lives. You feel me?
It's valid. It's valid.
You know, I'm not in charge of your guys' entertainment. The only thing I'm in charge with is trying to get as many preds as I can as possible. That's it. You know, I'm not here to make you laugh. I'm not here to, like, you know, I'm not here to do any of that. And I realize that now. You know, I'm not the same Jidion. And I was trying to go back to be the old Jidion, trying to go back to being prime Jidion. But, you know, prime Jidion is growing up and realizing that, hey, the stuff that I found amusing as a boy shouldn't be the same stuff I find amusing as a man. And, bro, believe it or not, I'm 25. I know, I look old as hell, but I'm 25 years old. You feel me? I need to grow up. I need to take accountability. And I need to mature. I need to actually be here for the betterment of society and not for the worse. And the best thing I know how to do to better society is getting people trying to hurt kids off the streets. So, yeah, yo, that's it. That's the end of my TED Talk. Sorry about the distractions. And Woodhaven Police Department, after all this legal stuff is all situated, bro, I would love to do something with you guys and work with you guys' department and potentially help better your guys' community. But, you know, we'll cross that bridge when we cross it. So, yeah, without any further ado, peace, y'all.
I'm not gonna lie, like, everything that I watched, you know, I'm not really looking forward to put my input on it because I don't really like to judge people because I myself am imperfect, you know. Everyone has flaws, okay? Everyone has flaws. Everyone has imperfections. Everyone has things that make them the way that they are. Some people purposely let the way that they are continue to be the way that they are. Some people, like, for example, in this case, Jidion actually likes to, you know, open the window and really reflect on himself on how he can do better and what he wasn't doing in the first place. I like when people get involved with, well, I shouldn't say that. Let me say something better. I like when people like to reflect on themselves to be better for their community, like their fans or, you know, their influences. You know, they just want to set a good image to be a role model for their fans, you know, like they just want to be the best version of themselves that they can be for everyone. So that way they can set it not only a good image, but they can set a good example on how to handle things. You know, like even when he was just saying how, you know, like he was apologizing and he was actually trying to take it serious and like work with the police department of Woodhaven rather than against them. You know, he was saying about how You know, he doesn't want to be a nuisance, you know, and he just wants to make actual beneficial content rather than nuisance. You know, he doesn't want to be a nuisance, and you know, I can respect that, and I definitely do respect that. You know, I myself never really seen. I'm not gonna really voice my opinion on it, you know, because it's just like how I am. I personally didn't really see anything wrong. You know, like it's just life. You know, things happen whether they're regulated or not. Some people go against regulations. You know, I'm not calling anybody specific out here. I'm not even referring to Jidion here. I'm just saying anybody in the world. You know, things happen like this, and it does humble people, you know, and it's good that it does, because people can really change. It does help people change, you know. That's why they call it, again, that's why they call it a humbling experience, because it changes you in ways that you thought you couldn't. It's beneficial for not only themselves but their fans, and it just reflects a good persona out for everyone around them as well. You know, like I try to be, you know, I try to keep my private life kind of on the down low, and then I just keep my social media life with you guys. You know, like you guys have been treating me well, and I treat you guys well back. You know, I try to get content as much as I can out there. You know, I'm working a lot. I'm training a lot. You know, I have some personal battles going on, you know, but regardless, you know, you got to wake up every day and you got to push through and continue on with your life no matter what God puts in front of you, and you just have to figure out your own way around it. That's how you become stronger, and I think that that's what is happening again, you know. Regardless, though, it's just best to remain calm and collected, like Jidion was saying. You know, it's just best to remain positive. You know, just push yourself and distance yourself away from the negativity, and it's best to honestly just continue in the way that protects yourself. It doesn't matter what people think about you. It doesn't matter what people say about you. It doesn't matter how people view you. It just matters about how you're going to protect yourself, because if you have someone protecting you, what are you going to do when they're gone? How are you going to protect yourself? Or how are you going to be protected when they're gone? You got to protect your own self. Somebody once told me that it's no longer with me. Somebody once told me that sometimes it's good to put yourself first, you know? And me personally, I do agree with that statement, you know? You got to care for yourself. You know, you got to care for your environment. You got to also care for yourself too. Regardless, it's all just about how you handle situations. And even if you don't handle them good in the moment, it's best to reflect on what you could have done and how you can fix it, and act responsible for the next time. With that being said, guys, I don't want to yet too much, because this is already almost a half hour long, and I know you guys are going to get tired of this. But I just want to let you guys know about the Springy, the race between me and Springy. I just want to say, congratulations, bro. Very proud of you for hitting 100 subscribers. Very, very proud of you, dog. You know, we literally grew up with you. I'm your day one. Don't forget that. Don't let fame change you. I've been with you through thick and thin, my boy. Very proud of you. Everyone go congratulate him. We almost beat him, guys. We were at 95. I believe he was at 100 subscribers and I was at 95. But yeah, guys. Congratulations to Springy. Very proud of you, my guy. Love you, bro. I'm not too sure what else I should say here. I'm trying to get content as much out there as possible. I am, you know, going through some personal things. But that doesn't define who I am. I just need to find ways to work around it and be the best version of myself that I can for you guys. So without that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed my kind of, I won't say reaction, but I will say my point of view, my perspective on the whole Jidion thing. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you guys are enjoying yourselves and being positive and distancing all of your lives away from negativity wherever you guys are watching this. And I hope to see you guys in the next video or stream, wherever and whenever that might possibly be. And I will catch you guys in that next upload, and I hope you all are enjoying your day or night wherever you're watching this from. And peace out, everyone.